Thank you for joining Beaverlicious TV. Join me as we understand why Nick was there.
Because she asked us to be. That was not in our schedule. Listen, when I go to Los Angeles, I spend a lot of money on flights, hotels, Airbnbs. I got an apartment, accommodations, foods, Ubers, and I'm dealing with a lot of people. Chelsea Lynn, Trisha Paytas, Honey Eats, and everyone is lined up in a row, scheduled, okay? Like, B loves life. When she goes places, she schedules them, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. If one day's thrown off, it messes up the rest of the days for the other people. So one day, I gave to Stephanie and Zach. I went to Zach's place first. I stayed, we edited. I was there for like 5 or 6 hours. The second half of the day, I took an Uber to Stephanie's place, and I stayed at her house for I don't know how many hours, but a very long time. We filmed, we talked, we hung out, da-da-da-da-da-da. Those days were for them. I had no videos for myself. Those days were for them. I had no videos for myself, okay? The next day was supposed to be a video with me and Stephanie for my channel, and a video of me and Zach for my channel. Because remember, the first day, I worked on 2 other people's channels, their houses, their place, their schedules. The next day was my turn for me.
So once she ghosted you and told you she was out with Zach, that's why you said you were going to expose her, because she actually ghosted you to hang out with Zach all day and then contacted you that evening, so you said you were going to expose her. So at that point, that's when she took to YouTube to expose you.
Some of you may know, but I was sexually assaulted in my own home. It was somebody that I had let into my home, and then they took away my power to say no, and it's kind of just shattered any sort of security that I felt at home prior. And then after that, I left with a very warm feeling of just, hey, he's nice. We started continuing our...
So at this point, she brushed you off to hang out with Zach, go have lunch, go home, take a nap, or do whatever she wanted to do. And once you said you were going to ghost her, she went to YouTube to expose you.
Clarify miscommunication about the video, because I didn't know there was a gap in understanding till the middle of filming the video. And to apologize for this morning, I truly am so sorry. I know that I impacted your schedule today, and I'm so sorry about that. He said, awesome. So which day would you like to reschedule for? And I responded, I know that you advantage of that, and I'm sorry that I had the audacity to make you feel like I changed my mind. But I think it's really important that we all know that a yes is not all-inclusive. Just because you say yes doesn't mean you're saying yes to everything for the rest of forever. That's incredibly predatory and manipulative. What was the purpose of all of this? To hurt Veronica? To hurt me? To get your dick sucked?
Role on your relationships. And I sat there and I thought, I'm like, oh no, not really. Well, something I've never talked about on camera that might be a good time to talk about now is that when I was adopted, I developed attachment disorder. It's really uncomfortable for me to talk about. I don't know why I'm embarrassed by it, but I am. I've been in therapy since I was 5 years old. 7 years old, I was put on Zoloft. I've been Adderall, Ritalin, Concerta, this and that, diagnosed with depression, and they tried testing me for bipolar disorder, personality disorder, and ADD, ADHD, OCD, trying to figure out why I have my little quirks and the way I am. I hate being ignored. And that is, I know, directly related to my attachment disorder. So, when you're born, you bond with your mother, and you get your mother's breast milk, and that's how you're nurtured, through that chemical bond, that emotional bond, that spiritual bond. That's how most babies are born. And I was left in a hospital for over a year, and I was passed from caretaker to caretaker to caretaker to nurse to doctor, and I never got an emotional bond. very common with kids who are adopted, unless they're adopted right when they're born or a couple weeks at most, maybe a month or two. The chances go up the older they get. And attachments are formed in the brain. This is what my therapist told me. I remember back when I was 10 years old, my mom trying to explain to me what I have. They said that it happens, those first couple weeks and first couple months are the most critical for determining bonds and attachments. I don't like to use my mental struggles as a crutch or an excuse for why the way I am the way I am. That's why to this day no one knows it. Until now.
Now there you have it. You got Nick's side and her side. Two great content creators going back and forth from text messages that were months ago. Months ago. But the truth of the matter is, you need to make a decision on who you're going to stick with. But not me. I'm going to stick with them both. Okay? So let's bring the new year in with the forgive, forgot, whatever, forgot, not forgive, however you want to look at it. But the truth of the matter is, let's just keep grinding. Click like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell button. Follow me.